Porch sessions, extended porch sessions, because I'm at his porch. But who are you?
Yo, 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 it's Fury Figeroa in this motherfucker, man. You know what it is. What's good with you, man?
No, you know, not allowed. So I'm going to ask you, who is Fury Figeroa?
Shit, I'm me, man. I'm the definition of coming raw on the mic, you know what I mean? Just get up there and go beast with it. That's who I am, you know what I'm saying?
So you make music? You just rap? You make beats? What do you?
Shit, I do a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? I can't really put myself in one category, you know what I'm saying? But if I do, it basically just be business, you know what I mean? I'm all about that biz, you know what I mean? So whatever I'm doing, you know what I mean, creative wise, it's all going to come back to some business, like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about dollars, basically, like, with everything. So,
Which leads me to one of my favorite Fury quotes. I don't freestyle. What do you do?
Yeah. This pay style, man. You know what I'm saying? I got the game, you know what I'm saying, from Too Short. You know what I mean? I learned that shit from E40, you know what I mean? Like, JT the bigger figure, real niggas that I looked up to, like, as a youngster, you know what I mean? All about this independent grind. You know what I mean? Just making something out of nothing, really. That's what it is. So, you know, I don't really do the freestyle thing. You know, it's fun and everything, and I respect it, and I admire people with the freestyle, you know, and really that's where raps come from. Even when you write your shit, it all comes from a freestyle. But I just don't be out there just freestyling.
You don't be in cypher sessions going ham?
Nah, I don't be doing shit like that, man. You know what I mean? Like, I leave it to the rest of them, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a little bit more of a cold and calculated person, you know what I mean? I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna strike you, like, you know what I mean? I ain't just gonna come off the top with it all the time like that, you know what I mean? You giving too much, you know what I mean? Like, if all you doing is spitting all these free rhymes and spitting all this shit, every time you spit something, niggas gonna take your style, take your rhymes, take your lyrics, do something with it, try to flip it around, say it was theirs, or whatever. I mean, just, you know what I mean? I honestly think it's giving a little bit too much gas away at times, you know what I mean? Shit, I'm originally from San Francisco, so, you know what I'm saying, after a while, you know what I'm saying, I lived in Vallejo. Right now I'm in Santa Cruz, but, you know what I'm saying, I rep this whole 831. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you
I
do.
lived in Salinas for most of my life, so when niggas ask me where I'm from, that's where I'm from. That's my hometown is Salinas, you know what I mean? But I soaked a lot of game in the Bay Area before I came out to the Central Coast, you know what I mean? And now I'm in Santa Cruz, and, you know what I'm saying, I'm loving it. It's popping out here, and, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing a lot of things. It's a lot of shit moving in Salinas, you know, it gets a little grimy, so even though, you know what I'm saying, that's my spot, I still be there all the time. You know, I can't really get down on the music thing really the way I wanna, you know what I mean? So that's why I just had to make this little move out here, you know what I mean? So I'm in the cruise now, but either way, I'm just a Cali boy.
Yeah, you rep you rep Central Coast big.
Shit, I fuck with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people out of Sacramento, you know what I mean? Like, I started as a fan of this shit, you know what I mean? I've always been making rap since I was a kid, but, you know what I'm saying, I've been a fan of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give niggas their respect, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I go to a show, like, I'd rather watch the show from the crowd, you know what I mean, as a fan's perspective instead of, oh, I'm backstage with this nigga, and oh, I'm on stage with this nigga, and yada, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, memorizing lyrics and shit in my head since I was a kid, you know.
My nigga.
You know, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and just all the, like, all the difficult shit, like the hard, like, you know what I mean, like the challenge, like the hardest shit that was there to rap, that's the shit I wanted to be able to say, like, you know what I mean, like I'll sit there and rewind that shit, and rewind it, and rewind it, and rewind it till I could say this shit just like Crazy Bone, or till I could say this shit just like Busy Bone, word for word, you know, when I was 15 years old, so like, you know what I'm saying, like, as far as, you know what I'm saying, this engineering thing, like, I basically recently stepped into it just a few years back again, you know what I mean, because I was just doing my rap shit and making beats for a long time. I was fucking with my nigga King in Castroville, you know what I'm saying, and he was handling most of the engineering for you know what I'm saying, almost a decade there. But, you know, basically, I fuck with a lot of cats out the Bay in Sacramento, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really, need to go into hella names, because,
That's the only reason I did it, because I knew you wasn't gonna do it.
all the, like, you can see all the shit, all the resume, all the people that
You got a lot of
made
critics
albums and shit, like, I don't fuck with, you know what I mean?
You don't go.
Most of the people that, you know what I mean, that I looked up to as a kid, I eventually got to work with them, you know what I mean, because the grind was thick, you know what I mean, like, we didn't give up, we kept it pushing, and we're dedicated to this. It's not just something I woke up the other day and decided to do, like, this is my life, you know what I mean, I gave up a lot, I sacrificed a lot for this shit, you know what I mean, so, like, when you give that much to something, you're going to get where you're trying to get eventually, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely not overnight, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Music-wise, where can people find your music?
You find me in the general local spots, online and all that shit, because that's the way it is, Now, mostly, everyone doing the digital downloads and all that, so, we in the lab. I keep a little stock in here. I got some CDs on hand and everything, and, they had a few little shops in here and there, you know what I'm saying, a few stores here and there. And basically that's it, I'm loving these iTunes checks right now, you know what I mean? And that's really, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to get this digital money, and, just trying to, keep a few CDs on hands for the fans that are stuck on that shit, you know what I mean? I love CDs too, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be mad if it went back to the old way, and iTunes just deleted itself today. You know what I mean? And we had to go back to pressing it up and shipping it out. I wouldn't be mad. That's fine with me.
That show a little bit more hustle. People that have to do a little bit more on their grind.
Straight hustle, man. In the lab till 3 in the morning, dog. Time away from your family, time away from your kids. It's real, you know what I mean? On the road.
So, but based on what you just said, does that mean time away from your kids and time away from your family has to count for something if you're gonna be away from them? Is that why it's the pay style versus freestyle?
I mean, definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gotta mean something. Like, by this point, I'm all about the business. Like I said, the music's gonna be there. We shit music, you know what I mean? We make slaps, like, you know what I mean? Like, It's not a thing, like, you know what I mean? The music's always gonna come, like, you gotta get your business right, play, you know what I mean? Like, just go hard on the grind with business licensing and advertising and marketing, you know what I mean? Do your campaign, get out there and grind, keep talking to motherfuckers, network, pass out your shit, like, that's really what it takes, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of rappers, they spend a lot of money on mixing, and they spend a lot of money on mastering, you know what I'm saying? They spend a grip of money on beats, and they spend a gang of money on studio time, and they spent money to press up them 1,000 CDs or whatever they did, but what they didn't do is get that magazine ad and Murder Dog, you know what I mean? They wasn't in the explosive mag, you know what I mean? They ain't popping on no websites like sickness.net or dubcnn or paying for no ad slots, or like, you know what I mean? Niggas ain't getting no billboards on the side of the freeway, or, you know what I mean? Like, the niggas driving by and see, you know what I mean, niggas on the side of the freeway on a billboard, and like, niggas gonna cop your shit, you know what I mean? Like, niggas ain't spending no dough on no commercials, no even local commercials or nothing, and it's like, that's really where the money needs to go, you know what I mean? Like,
that's the only way to have it come back around and make it work.
You gotta have an advertising budget. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, you wanna make good quality music, and you wanna spend the right amount of money for that, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep some of that budget to market right, you know what I mean? And so that's really what here is, just the development. You gotta be born with something from the gate, you know what I mean? You gotta know that you got that God-given raw talent, first of all, you know what I'm saying? And work from that, develop from that, you know what I mean? But don't just do it because your homie did it, or because you think it's cool, or none of that shit, you know what I mean? Because that's what's fucking the game up, you know what I mean? Put your heart in this shit, like, know that you love this shit. If you wasn't loving music a long ass time ago, spitting raps a long ass time ago, like, then it's just a fad to you. It's just something that's in, and most likely next year you're not gonna be doing it. So like, just don't even join. You know what I mean? Just keep doing what you were doing. Leave the real shit to the real motherfuckers that put their life into this shit. You know what I mean? Because we open a lot of doors out here in the 831 too. You know what I mean? For a lot of the people to be doing the shit that they're doing right now. You know what I mean? But it's just, technology takes over and you gotta move with the times. It's a lot easier to do the things, today than it was, when we were younger. And, the lengths that we had to go to get shit done would have made motherfuckers
Quit.
you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't easy. You couldn't just email some shit. Like, if you wanted to be on a song with the nigga, you had to go be in the lab with that nigga. You know what I mean? If you wanted to get a beat, you had to go, you know what I mean, sit down with the producer, cop the beat. You know what I mean? Like, it's mankind, we want everything to be easier for us, just like, boop, press a button and the shit happen. Like, you know what I mean? That's all the technology is, trying to make it easier for us. But, you know what I'm saying, that's distracting from the real art of this shit. Half of the art is the blood and sweat that, you know what I'm saying, and the years that motherfuckers put into this shit. You know what I mean? And now it's just motherfuckers think there's some tight button, like, oh, will make me sound tight. Put the tight button on, you know what I mean? Like,
not
no,
the tight button.
You know? Yeah, niggas think there's a tight button, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really that simple, you know what I mean? When you're putting a compressor on someone or doing an EQ on someone, it's not just some preset shit with just boop, it's tight now. No, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You need to listen, know what you're listening for, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I would just say, you gotta love it. Be dedicated. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta come out your comfort zone sometimes. You know what I mean? You gotta have to work with people and do things that you might not necessarily want to do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it pushing. You can't be like, I'm in the studio one day and I'm working my job the next day. Like, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But like, you can't sacrifice nothing rap related. If you know what I mean, if it's a show or if it's an appearance you need to make, whether it's you gonna be up till 3 in the morning, you gotta go to work at 6. Next day, I've done this shit. You know what I mean? Like, so like that's what it takes. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sacrifice nothing. Like, you don't turn down a dollar, an opportunity, nothing. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta do what the next motherfucker want. And you gotta think, there's a lot of motherfuckers. Everybody in their auntie raps right now. So, you gotta do something that shows everybody else that you hustle harder. You know what I mean? Just a little bit harder than the next person, at least. You know what I mean? Or else, you know what I mean? There ain't no chance. Niggas gonna get you. Because when they say that the music industry's full of sharks and it's grimy, like, this is the truest shit ever spoken. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just some shit niggas be saying. Like, niggas will do you dirty out here, so.
Okay. All right, so to end it off, I need you to give me the infamous, you can find Fury at.
First and foremost, you can find me on the block. You know what I mean? I'm be on downtown, nigga. I'll be on Main Street. I'll be in Salinas. I'll be in Monterey, you know what I mean? I'll be wherever my flyer says I'm gonna be at. I'm not hiding from nobody. I'll be out here. You know what I mean? Like, niggas be hermit crabs and you don't see them, you know what I mean? But they good studio rappers, you know what I mean? But they stage show is boo-boo, you know what I mean? Niggas do not got no stage presence or hood presence or like any type of credibility, like, you know what I mean? So, I was raised right, so like, I don't let the internet get me out my fucking body. You know what I mean? But first of all, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm on the street, I'm at the house, I'm at your house, at your mama's house, everything. You know what I mean? All that online shit, niggas is just too familiar with that shit.
Got you.
Because they probably on it right now to see me. You know?
That's
so
it.
Like,
Fury out.